People often ask the question, is the American dream dead? I believe the moment we stop dreaming, we might as well be. Hi, I'm your host, Craig Sewing, the creator of American Dream TV, a national TV show centered around real estate, lifestyle, and culture. A real show showing you real neighborhoods from real professionals. Today, we're going to take you all across the country, showing you why we live in the greatest country on the planet. Let's get this show started right now. Welcome to the American Dream.
The American Dream.
You're watching The American Dream.
The American Dream.
Showing you the real estate, the lifestyle, the culture.
Let's get this party started right now.
Let's go do this.
It is heating up once again.
We're the Davids going up against the Goliath. Real stories in real neighborhoods with real experts.
The staple of the neighborhood. Can't wait to present it to you.
It's all about lifestyle.
In your community.
That's what this show, The American Dream, is all about. Cheers to your American Dream.
Welcome to the American Dream, where we showcase the best stories, lifestyles, events with a twist of real estate for you. Today, I got a great one for you. I have a friend who took a dream of a business and turned it into a reality. Her and her sister started a business in separate states and killing it with this new trend you're gonna love. Also, I'm gonna throw in a little history lesson for you. I'm Brad Harper, and welcome to the American Dream. We are in the Stadium District of Tacoma. Tons of history here, especially the building behind me. This was supposed to be the largest hotel in the Pacific Northwest. In the 1890s, they started build on it. The panic of '93 comes, they stop work, stuff all the building materials inside to finish. It catches fire all the way to the ground. The Tacoma Public School District buys it and turns it into what was then the Tacoma High School, later named Stadium High School. Couple fun facts about this place. Multiple movies have been here. 10 Things I Hate About You. Also, a Guinness World Record is held here. In 2006, their centennial celebration, 3,300 alumni showed up. That's a world record for here. Just 2 blocks from Stadium High School is this swanky new spot called the Powder Room that you're gonna love. We're gonna meet Cheryl Riviera today. Well, her and her sister Kimmy took this trend and is killing it. Cheryl's already a trendsetter in the spirits industry, and you're gonna see some of her work and how it's come into fruition. Let's go meet her. I'm here with one of my really good friends, Cheryl Riviera. So tell me how this all came about.
Sure. About a year and a half ago, I had an appendicitis and quickly learned after that I was diagnosed with appendicitis cancer.
Oh, wow.
Within that 2 weeks after that, I had lost my job, had a couple surgeries within 7 months, and during recovery, I was also job hunting, right? And in the beverage industry, it's been a little bit difficult. Times are different.
Yep.
And so I had just been praying on what can I do for my family? How am I going to support them and not really leave that up to anybody else's hands? And all of a sudden, I just had a dream that was so vivid and so clear.
So tell me, from a dream, how you put that all together.
Sure. Like I said, the dream was so vivid. I woke up energized at 4:30 in the morning. I grabbed a pen and paper and wrote down literally everything that was in my dream. So I had the name of the business plan, the concept design for the cart. Everything was so vivid that I just couldn't wait to tell my sister and call her at like 4:30 in the morning. I couldn't wait.
Right. So you call her, and then what happens?
So I call her and I tell her about this, and she kind of giggles at me, and I'm like, let me do some more research on this and I'll call you back.
Okay.
Once I called her back and I told her, and I was like, listen, are you in on this? And she was like, hell yeah, let's do it. It's been amazing. My sister Kimmy and I did a soft launch. We opened up 2 locations at the same time during the holidays. So we have one cart down in Midland, Texas, where she lives, and we have the other one right here in Tacoma. We both come from a hospitality background, and I come from a mixology background. And so on the cocktail side of that, we curate and design all the cocktails and menus tailored to each event. So it makes it fun. We also do simple syrups, that we create ourselves that actually go with the cocktails. And then, of course, that goes with the mobile charcuterie cart.
So where have you had this inspiration pushed out at?
Yeah, sure. So our first menu design and cocktail curation was at my friend Cameron's bar. It's called the Powder Room Champagne Bar right here in Tacoma, Washington. And I was able to work with them and curate and design all their cocktails for them.
That is amazing. I think we should talk to Cameron and learn more about the Powder Room and how that all came about.
Absolutely.
Yes, and then I want to try all of your food.
I love it.
Okay, let's go do it. I am so happy to introduce Cameron Gilmore and hear more about the Powder Room. Tell me more about this place.
The Powder Room Champagne Bar and Restaurant is a fun spot in Tacoma, Stadium District to be exact. So whether it's brunch, lunch, or dinner, you're encompassed with a dining experience. So very interactive dining. We have really cute mimosa carts, dessert carts. We have drinks that are made tableside. It should be a place where you come and you leave going, that was really fun.
And Cheryl had something to do with your libations as well. Tell me kind of how that all came about.
Yeah, so Cheryl has been a friend for years, and she is just so talented. What she can do that I appreciate the most is hear what I'm needing and wanting and kind of take that in and then regurgitate something fun, useful, and menu ready. And it was perfect to get started.
That is awesome. I heard you have an espresso flight.
That's right.
That is amazing.
We make about 100 of those a week.
That is great. Well, I definitely want to try one of those.
Perfect.
All right. Well, thanks for having us.
Thank you so much.
Have you ever had a dream and didn't move forward with it? I hope this is just a little inspiration to do so. These ladies are killing it from just a thought into a reality. I want to thank Cameron for having us out to the Powder Room. If you haven't checked it out, please go do. Cheryl has some big things coming with her company. Imagine this all being brought to your doorstep. Just a little teaser there. I'm Brad Harper. We'll see you next time on The American Dream.
Did you know that there is a beautiful piece of history located in the Snoqualmie Valley, located in Washington State? Today, we are going to tour you for the nostalgic farm of Carnation Farms and teach you about everything that the land has here to offer. We're going to see baby lambs, a super cool hippodrome, and other really awesome spaces with the history and the old carriages that used to be driven through town. Join me today. My name is Amanda Seifos, real estate and lifestyle expert. We are going to go and hang out with Olivia. Come check out the tour of this farm. Hi, Olivia.
Hello.
It's so nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Welcome to Carnation Farm.
Thanks for having us and scheduling some time to give us a tour.
Of course.
Well, I know everything was just renovated. Can you give us a little walkthrough of what we have here, where we can find everything that you guys are looking to share?
So when folks come to the farm, this is the first stop for everyone. And on this wall here, we have the history of Carnation Farms. And it's really exciting for folks to take a look here, especially if we don't have any history tours coming up on the schedule. We have them sporadically throughout the year, but this kind of encapsulates all of the Carnation Farms evaporated milk history. A lot of people don't know that we actually are the home of Friskies cat and dog food as well. And we also are the home to the highest milk producing cattle of all time. And a lot of that was done over 100 years ago, back when this place was first founded by Mr. Stewart. And the original family actually still owns the property, even though now we are a nonprofit. It was sold to Nestle for a while with the brand of Carnation Evaporated Milk, but then bought back. So now it is owned by the family. The land is 800 acres. It has grown in size and shrunk in size, but it is all now protected land to always stay as regenerative farming farmland. So on this land, we have 12 acres of organic gardens. A ton of the produce is picked from those 12 acres. It goes up to our culinary kitchen where our chefs turn it into value-added food, and then we sell it here at our farm stand. And we're also really excited because over here, we're gonna have our beef and lamb for sale in the farm stand. And this is kind of a first-time deal. It's all USDA processed just from the animals here. We've got 12 acres here, and it's not all constantly being used to grow crops. We have a lot of cover crops, which are grasses that are local to the area that we then have our livestock rotationally graze and add fertilizer back into the soil. And it's a part of regenerative agriculture where we're constantly thinking about the soil health. We're thinking about the biodiversity of natural pollinators and the future of this farmland. So we have a really special opportunity if you would like to see some lamb today.
Can I please see some
Yes,
lambs?
you can. All of these in here are pregnant ewes. So a lot of these are our crossbreed. The white ones are Rami. The darker ones are thin. These are the ewes that we've had for many years. And the longer you have a ewe, the longer you're breeding her, the more friendly, the more hands-on you can get. They all grew up here out on the grasslands in the summer and spring, and by the time it comes for winter, we bring them in here so they're nice and warm for lambing season.
All right.
Welcome
Thank
to
you
the
so much.
carriage room.
This is so cool.
So this is Mr. Stewart's private collection of cars and carriages.
Okay.
And we have some really cool things in here. I know you all wanted to see the Disney truck. So this car, truck, ice cream vehicle was displayed at Disneyland outside of the Carnation Cafe for many, many, many years. And there's a connection between the Stewarts and the Walts. They would often lovingly call Walt Disney Uncle Walt, and he would send toys to the kids every year. They were good friends. Yeah.
All right. Thanks for having us in the historic milk barn.
Yeah, welcome to the Carnation Farms Museum. This originally had bull calves that were in here, and then it got retrofitted to be all of the history of Carnation Farms. Mr. Stewart worked at a grocery store when he was younger, and he noticed on the shelf there was really eye-catching types of ways to put your brand and your logo. And he saw the Campbell's can, and he thought, man, I gotta do something like that for my Carnation condensed milk.
So we shopped for the logo that we all know and love.
And the logo that we all know and love, he had seen that, you know, dairy products sell really well when it's a flower logo. So, but Daisy was already taken, Rose was already taken. And when he was walking downtown Seattle, he passed a cigar shop, and there was a cigar box that said Carnation brand cigars. And he thought, I gotta check and see if there's a dairy product already named Carnation, and there wasn't. So that's how the Carnation logo came to be. Welcome to the Hippodrome.
This place is stunning.
This is where we host a ton of our events. So weddings, retreats, conferences, and also our seasonal markets. People often reach out to have spectacular rustic chic weddings here.
Okay.
It's open year-round for booking. We are super excited to have more folks come out and use this space. For the longest time, we were open and closed and open and closed, and we are just trying to get the word out that we are open for business. Folks can come out to learn about farming, about food, about regenerative agriculture, and this is the hub to make it all happen.
Well, I'm so excited. Thank you for everything today. This has been one of my favorite tours I've ever had, and this
thank
is
you for
only
coming.
8 minutes away, so I look forward to seeing you in the field.
Welcome to the American Dream. Here we are in Bellevue, Washington at Earl's, where we're going to meet one of my good friends, Christy Hoppins, and speak about her commissioned piece of art here at Earl's Bellevue. Then we're going to go to Grape Choice and wine taste some wines from Matthew's Winery, as well as talk to some of the locals in Kirkland on why they love living in Kirkland, Washington. Let's go. Can't wait for you to watch. Hi guys, I wanted to introduce you to Christy Hopkins, my great friend. We were roommates and good friends in Orange County, and she's an artist turned art instructor.
Yes. Hi.
Thank you for having us. So great to see you. Yeah, I know. We won't tell all the stories, but we'll tell a couple. I don't know, but yeah, tell us about the commissioned art piece here and how you got into becoming an artist.
I'll start with like just a quick, breakdown of how I got into art. I was, I've been a recruiter in the corporate field forever. And in my early mid-20s, I started to paint just because it was a really great stress reliever, and it helped me meditate and kind of just break down all of my stuff I was going through and just express feelings. And I do so in art. I put my feelings on the canvas, and all of my energy and everything I feel goes there. And I come from a very creative family. We're all extremely, either it's music or it's acting or it's painting. I have an aunt that paints really vividly, and she lives in Sun Valley, and she does textile art, and now she's into painting, and she's a big inspiration. Whole different story. But my painting has evolved over the course of 20 years.
That's so cool. Well, we brought you here specifically, Earl's Bellevue, because they commissioned you to do a piece of art for their late head chef. Tell us about that.
I got a call from their corporate office, the interior designer that handles all of the installments for the company, and he was a beloved head chef, and he passed away too soon. And I was asked to paint something that memorialized his being, and I called the painting Rising, because I can just only see things moving up and moving through our universe, and it just came to life.
Let's talk about some of the installations. I know you have a solo installation coming up, and you've been in quite a few galleries, including one in LA, which was pretty awesome.
So excited, yeah. So I'm in MASH Gallery in West Hollywood with a couple other big names from Selling Sunset, Amanda Smith. I did a show with her last year, and I have an upcoming show at the Pacific Design Center in LA soon. And I also show at the Georgetown Art Attack that's happening in downtown, in Seattle, not downtown, in Georgetown. And I show in 3 galleries. So there's one in the Bay Area, LA as mentioned, and here in Seattle at Seattle Art Source.
Well, I know we're always going to be friends. I think we're going on 35 years, old roommates, and we went to commercial real estate events and so forth back in Orange County, but you are one of my dearest friends, and I'm so happy that you did this.
Oh, my girl. That's so super cute.
Here we are with some local friends in Kirkland at the Grape Choice, and I want to introduce you to Justin from Matthew's Winery. He's going to do a couple tastings on some of their lead projects. Thank you.
There you go. Thank you so much. Okay, so real quick, just a little bit about who we are and what we do. I work for a company called Avale. We have now 6 different brands of different Washington wines, and I've got 2 of them here for you today. So the first one is Jane. So Jane is made by a woman named Allie Mayfield. She lives in Walla Walla, and she makes nothing but incredible white wines for us. So she makes Chardonnay, Sauvignon Blanc, and a couple of different rosés, and a couple other fun things for our wine club only. So this is a tasty little rosé that she made for us. This is the 2023 Thunderstone Vineyard Rosé from Jane. So Thunderstone Vineyard is in the Royal Slope in Eastern Washington, right outside of Royal City. It's a beautiful place to grow grapes. Gets lots of warm, sunny days and cool nights. And so this is a rosé that we make from there, from 100% Grenache.
Today we were able to interview Christy Hopkins of Christy Hopkins Art, as well as Matthew's Winery at Grape Choice. Can't wait for you to join next time. Thanks so much.
Thank you for joining us today on The American Dream. I'm Dawn Heilbrun, your host. Get ready to explore with us today the luxury and culinary delights at Alderbrook Resort and Spa. Let's go have a chat with Mark Phelan, their Director of Marketing and Revenue, and have him show us around. Alderbrook Resort and Spa is a hidden gem nestled in the heart of Union, Washington. Established in 1913, this stunning waterfront retreat is nestled on the picturesque shores of the Hood Canal. With breathtaking views of the Olympic Mountains and lush forests, this luxurious resort offers a perfect blend of tranquility and adventure, making it an ideal destination for those seeking a serene getaway. At Alderbrook Resort and Spa, whether you come to relax in their amazing spa or you just want to unwind with a cup of Morning Joe in one of their wow-worthy rooms, or partake in one of their many activities, you will walk away with an unforgettable experience. Mark, it's so good to see you and have you show us around today. So let's start by having you share a little bit of the history of Alderbrook Resort and Spa.
Sure. Well, Alderbrook Resort has been here since 1913 in some form or fashion on the south shore of Hood Canal here. It was founded originally in 1913 by a man named Henry Stumer. It was tents on the beach over by the cottages, canvas tents, and as the story goes, the guests would put their milk and eggs into the creek over there to keep them cold. In 1927, the resort was purchased by two women, colloquially known as the Alderbrook Girls. That was Clara Eastwood and Eloise Flagg. They put a lot into the resort at that point. They developed it more, they built the restaurant, started to build some more of the infrastructure. And then it kind of went through a bunch of different hands here and there, maybe 4 or 5 different ownerships between the time that North 40 Lodging purchased the resort in 2001. And North 40 Lodging is still currently owning and operating the resort today. And so they operated the resort for about a year and a half, shut it down for about 2 years, did a major renovation, and turned it into the Alderbrook that you see today.
I heard the waterfront dining experience is excellent here, so share a little bit about the restaurant and just the local cuisine that you offer.
Sure, so the restaurant really focuses on local cuisine, obviously put an emphasis on seafood. We have our own shellfish farm here at the resort. We do oysters and clams when they're in season. So the goal is really to put an emphasis on local seafood, you know, that you're going to remember when you go home.
Right, fantastic. So when people come up here to stay, I've heard you have a variety of room choices. So share a little bit about your rooms.
So in the lodge itself, there's 77 guest rooms, 50 of which are single kings, and then there's 27 rooms with 2 queen beds. And then over to my left, we have 16 of our cottages.
That is cool.
15 of which are 2-bedroom, and then there's a single 1-bedroom unit as well. And the cottages have been here since the 50s.
Really?
Several of which are privately owned by some local families.
Oh.
And they have passed them down through generations.
So I've heard a lot about the spa. Share, please.
The spa is focused on customizable treatments, so the treatments are not necessarily right off of a menu that you're just going to select, but they'll talk to the client at length and find out exactly what it is they're trying to accomplish with their wellness journey. And then inclusiveness as well. So they, regardless of body type or gender, they really want you to be comfortable.
I'm loving the vibe up here on the canal. So tell me a little bit about the activities and the outdoor opportunities in the area up here.
Sure. So we have holiday events that we do. We have 4th of July event. We have a big tree lighting event that we do every November. But then during the week, we also have weekly wellness activities. There's a good wellness program. Again, the spa directors put together a really good wellness program with Shinrin Yoku, which is forest bathing. Really kind of a great way to connect with nature on our trail system.
Check that out, yeah.
She does like a touch technique class where she can kind of teach you how to do light massage with your partner. She does gratitude journaling, so help you kind of walk through the process of what it means to live a life of gratitude. And then then we do a fair number of culinary activities. We do events in the forest at the Gathering Grove. We have a little secret supper location in the woods. We have Union City Market and Hook and Fork about 2 miles down the road, and we do a number of activities down at the Hook and Fork as well. That's a really fun restaurant as well that we offer. We have the Waterfront Center, which has kayaks, stand-up paddleboards, pedal boats, a number of different watercraft activities. We've done art classes in the past. We've had local authors come out and do talks. But again, it's really about creating traditions for you and your family to be able to live those traditions over and over and over again. Personally, my own children they're both grown now, but they were at the tree lighting event every year growing up, sitting on Santa Claus's lap.
It's really an awesome event.
It's a wonderful event.
Yeah.
It kicks off the holiday season for us.
Cool.
Santa arrives by boat.
I love it.
I don't want to give too much away, but there might be fireworks.
So I heard you have something special planned for us, something to do with the boat.
So yes, later today we're going to be going out on one of our summer scenic cruises during the summer, every Monday and Wednesday. We do scenic cruises aboard Lady Alderbrook. She is our 54-foot yacht, and that cruise is narrated by a local, like 4th or 5th generation local, who knows a ton about the history and the ecology of the area, and we'll talk about that while you're on the boat. So we'll get to see that in a little bit. We also do use the boat for private parties as well. You can do weddings on the boat and office Christmas parties.
How big of a wedding can you have on there? How many can
For a
attend?
wedding, probably 35.
35, that's cool.
Yeah, we do larger weddings
venue.
on property as well.
Very cool. Well, I look for any excuse to be on the water, so let's go scope it out. But thank you, Mark, for showing us around today.
Thank you so much for
What a
being here.
pleasure. Thank you. Thank you for joining us on this impressive look into Alderbrook Resort and Spa. We hope you've been inspired to visit this exquisite destination and savor all the unique offerings that await you. I'm Dawn Heilbrun, your lifestyle and real estate host of The American Dream. See you next time.
Hello and welcome to this episode of The American Dream. I'm your host and Seattle area realtor and lifestyle expert, Christina Jilton. And today we are visiting one of the most cherished Seattle landmarks, the famous Museum of Flight. Let's go meet Ted Hutter with the Museum of Flight. Ted, thank you so much for joining today. I am so excited because I know, and I know that you know, that aviation is an important part in the Seattle history. So how about you tell us how the Museum of Flight started?
Well, let's go back to the early 1960s. And there's a group of aviation enthusiasts, historians, and pilots and engineers decided, let's get together and start to preserve some of this Northwest aviation history. And it started out at Seattle Center. They had a space at Seattle Center near the Space Needle. And that was kind of the first museum. But it took about 20 years before finally they had a real museum space. And that was the Boeing, what is called the Red Barn.
Oh,
the very first Boeing factory. And we acquired the property thanks to King County. And that became what is now the Museum of Flight. And we just got bigger and bigger and bigger.
I love that. Thank you. So what about the programs that the museum has? What do they offer for residents and people that visit?
It's awfully expansive, the range of programs we have here. Everything from education programs, both at schools and at the museum for pretty much K through 12 range scholarships. So education is a very big part of what the museum's mission is all about. Aside from that, the experience at the museum is that we have things like family workshops, we have special programs from art, to music, to performance, special events. This is a place to come to be a part of the Seattle experience and to do something different.
So what is the future for the museum?
Our long-range plans show an expansion to our collection and to expand the experience, to make it more interactive. And again, being part of the community is very important to us. So we want to engage the community in entirely new ways and just make that a stronger and stronger connection.
There is sure a lot to see. How about we go and check some out? This museum has some incredible aviation artifacts to tour, including an Air Force One, a Concorde, historic planes, a space shuttle, and more. Even activities like a capsule flight simulator. The Museum of Flight sits on over 23 acres and has over 150 planes and hundreds of artifacts. The museum could not operate without its 500 volunteers. I just love coming here. Make sure the Museum of Flight is in your to-do list when you visit the Seattle area. Thank you for watching this episode of The American Dream. I'm Christina Jilton. Until next time.
Hello and welcome to American Dream TV. I'm your host, Russ Porter. Today we're in the Canyon Park neighborhood of Bothell, just north of downtown. We're here at my latest listing where we're going to discover the power of staging and what it does to transform a house into a home. After that, we'll head down to the North Creek Trail and discover all the different amenities that this area has to offer. Come on along. As you can see by some of our before photos, the staging creates a dramatic effect to the flow of the home, strategically taking your eyes to areas of interest by accentuating the positive features of the home. This beautifully remodeled home has many great features such as vaulted ceilings, open concept living, flexible spaces with 2 primary bedrooms and 2 main meeting areas. The large backyard is perfect for gatherings and spending time with those you care about most. A special thank you to the amazing work of Christy Seeley with Carolinian Home Staging, who made this house feel like a home. As an added little bonus, I thought I'd take you on a tiny little tour of the North Creek Trail. This trail is actually located right in the middle of the Canyon Park Business Park. The park is home to many of the area's largest tech companies, very big presence of biotech and healthcare technology companies. It's a great way to enjoy the work-life balance while you're here and take a little break from the day and enjoy some of the wildlife that this place has to offer. This trail actually runs from Bothell all the way up to Everett, Washington. It's a 7-mile trail. Take a bike ride, take a nice long walk. Thanks for coming along today. I hope you enjoyed this episode, learned a little bit about the power of staging. Hope to see you next time here on The American Dream.
I hope you enjoyed today's episode of The American Dream TV. We created this show to combat negative media, to show that The American Dream is alive and well by showing you real stories in real neighborhoods. Thank you so much for watching the show, and cheers to your American Dream.